Hey, it's Hot Rod at Transformers Ireland Online, bringing you another sterling Hot Rod review. This time it's Human Alliance Bumblebee, once again kindly given over to us by the always wonderful and always sensual Jay at Modelmania. I was very excited when I saw the Human Alliance toys, when we saw the preview pictures. I'm not blown away by the figure overall. Obviously we'll get to the robot mode later on. The vehicle mode is really nice. I'm a Camaro fan anyway, but it is a very nice toy, and very nice mold, very nice car design, which has been translated into a toy. The car itself is gorgeous. It's big, you know. It's a little bit smaller than the likes of, say, Alternator's Wheeljack, but the robot mode becomes big because there's a lot of stuff folding out. More so than the likes of an alternator. The quality of the plastic I don't think is as good as an alternator. I don't have an alternator to hand, but it's not as good a quality, I don't think, as an alternator. It's got the similar kind of quality that you get of a deluxe toy from the same toy line. But it does look very nice. The only thing really that is kind of irksome about it, or annoying, irksome is a word I use too much, but slightly annoying, is the joins are very visible in the plastic. And it doesn't matter if you try and push bits in a bit more. I find that the joins are just very obvious. The wheels are plastic. I'll point that out right there. They're not rubber, not like the alternators or Vinyltech. And unfortunately you do see quite a bit of the robot there, and you do see a little bit of it in there, and you see an awful lot of it under there. But there's some very interesting little bits here for the transformation to go on. For instance, this is an arm, this is the front of the arm, and there's a hinge there, which I think is very clever. Also, this is an arm, and the hand here, this yellow bit here, is actually the hand, and it folds up behind the seat there. So that, I mean, there's some very clever transformation going on there. What the main feature about the vehicle mode in particular of this line is, once you open the door, which you have to achieve by pulling on this, which I'm not terribly comfortable with, once you get the door open, oh look at here, a little Sam inside that you can pull out with a bit of finagling, and there's your Sam. Now, the trouble that I have with this, and you'll see it more so in the robot mode, is that Sam is not really to scale. I mean, he kind of is there, and when you get him next to the tyre is where it starts to kind of come apart. But the tyre seems too big, and Sam seems way too small. I could be wrong. I mean, the tyres on these cars, this type of car, it might be really big, but it just seems a little bit, especially when you get it to robot mode, it seems a little bit that he's out of scale. Sam himself has a good bit of posability. You can move the arms, you can move the legs, they twist in and out, the arms don't bend, you can move the head, but he's kind of got this gormless sort of stupid sort of feel to his face that, you know, they could have replaced it with something a bit better. He's sort of like, but that's really it. Put him to one side, we'll take a look inside. If we can just bring that up to you, you can see the steering wheel there, and there is some dashboard detailing. And then you can see the kind of the seats there, and that's really it. I mean, the car is very nice. We'll do our standard kind of super crazy Japanese kind of. Okay, so when you have them transformed, basically what you get is a kind of a fancy pants version of the 2007 Deluxe. Colour scheme wise, you're getting what you'd expect from Bumblebee. It's, you know, it's your yellow, it's your kind of dark yellow, not Sunstreaker yellow. He's got the license plate there that's kind of bent, which is white with blue writing and black kind of detailing on it, and it is quite a nice figure, but it's not without flaws or weird things that bug me in such a way that we got this courtesy of Modelmania, and I'm just not, this wouldn't be for me. I wouldn't buy it. The chest piece here is kind of flat, as you can see. Now there are lines there which are supposed to allow you to give him the more, with a bit of finagling, the kind of chopped up sort of, bent up sort of chest piece there. Now unfortunately there's no way that I've been able to work out, I haven't received instructions with this, but there's no way that I can work out how to lock those in place, or if you even can. And with the slightest tap, they just go right back in like that. That is really irksome if you want to keep this as close to the actual end product that you saw in the movie. A couple of other things that bug me about him is his car seats aren't hinged here, so they don't fall down. They're on both sides. They're over the weapons. Now, for them, these allow you to kind of sit Sam in. Sam's got a hole here in the back. The human element here, putting the human in the arm thing I don't really dig that. I'm not really into this, the idea of the humans working, or having a biological entity working with a Transformer in that respect. I don't mind them running alongside them in the movie with the guns. This I don't really dig. Bumblebee is an autonomous robot. I never really got it with Headmasters. The US version of Headmasters, I never got it. The whole Nebulon thing never really did it for me, and I don't really like this. He's not in scale with the robot, I don't feel. Maybe I'm wrong, but I just don't think he's in scale with the robot at all. He's too small, you know. It's kind of got that, you know, Matt Trackery sort of feel, but I just don't think he's in the right scale to the robot. I think he should be maybe to about here, if anything, but that's just me. He clips into the other arm as well, which is Bumblebee's cannon arm, and that's really it. I'm going to put him to one side now, you know. But that's really it that kind of annoys me about him. Other than that, he's a really nice figure. You know, all the stuff in the back folds up pretty well. I mean, you can see for yourself, he's quite slender. You know, and there's some remarkable stuff with this guy. I mean, this is his cannon arm, but you can bend it. I really like that. They couldn't even achieve that with the Ultimate Bumblebee, and that's a figure that's way bigger than this. And this does fire, and it comes with an extra missile. The extra missile can actually be stored in clips on the undersides of his arm, which is nice, I think. Additionally, you know, he's fairly poseable. You can kind of achieve quite a bit with him. You know, you can the legs. You know, they move in and out, and they can spin like that. You get a kind of a double jointed knee, and then an additional joint halfway down the shin, which it doesn't give you a lot of posability, but you can get a little bit out of it, you know. The legs aren't on pivots, so they don't, or the feet aren't on pivots, so you can't really get much angling out of this, but you can, you know, bend it that way. And additionally, you know, I did kind of want to point this out. The missiles there, it doesn't disrupt the arm being moved, you know. You can pose that, and the same kind of applies on this side, although there's no missile really in the way. You can get a number of poses out of it. The only real problem I have with the hand is that the fingers aren't individual. They're a molded piece, and they have a little plastic nub so that you can stand Sam on here, or you can kind of lie him down in I guess a sort of a kind of a protectory sort of way. It's not great having the thing like this, and you can kind of bend the hands and stuff, but you can't really make a fist with it. But the battle mask that Bumblebee has in the movie does, although he doesn't want to right now for some reason, it does. There you go. It slides down, and it sits there quite nicely. You know, it does hide the head. It kind of adds a little bit of bulk to the head, but because of the overall figure, it's not a big deal, and it does look really, really nice. And I do like little features like this. It means you're getting more value for your money, and given that this guy is nearly €40, you really need to have value for your money. Alternators weren't this expensive, you know, and he would look good next to the alternators. Hell, he's even in scale with the leader class Optimus Prime, you know, more so than the Deluxe. And this really is better looking than the current Deluxe that we're getting. The current Deluxe is ugly as sin. So yeah, I mean, if Bumblebee is your thing and it cranks your chain, you want to spend a bit of money and you want an overly complicated figure that's, you know, borders on the quality of an alternator, then by all means, this guy is for you. But if you're not that fussed and you've already got a Bumblebee and you're not really wanting to part with your cash for yet another release of this figure, I don't see the major point in getting him. He's not that special by comparison to the Deluxe that we had in 2007. Alright, this has been another Hot Rod presentation, and I'll be coming back real soon with more reviews. Take care.
You don't have to be crazy to do that, but it sure helps.